Hi, I'm Randy Vance. Today I'm on Lake Charlevoix, where Four Winds is giving me an advanced look at their 2025 H9. Now this is a Four Winds legacy built boat that brings all the DNA that the original brothers and fathers started with in 1975. But new building materials, new power options, new tactics and techniques bring this boat to the water with exciting new performance and some great features. I want to walk you through this boat and show you how they did it, so come on aboard with me. Now before we dive deeply into the features, let's talk about the biggest feature, and that's the styling on this boat. Right off the bat, you notice the vertical stem. I think that's a new look in boating that American boaters are ready for. I also like the way it blends into a nice, long, sleek, easy to look at lines. You've got plenty of depth in the cockpit in spite of the fact that you've got this streamlined look on the exterior side. Another important option on this boat that's associated with that vertical stem is the through stem anchor. Can't imagine many boats going out without this feature because it makes it so convenient to anchor wherever you go. When you turn to the helm and the dashboard, you look at it's protected by a windshield with cross-curved glass. Now that means the glass curves vertically and horizontally, much like an automobile. It's durable and it gives you an outstanding view forward. It's capped with a beautiful stainless steel rail, and to keep with the look of the long sleekness of this boat, the windshield goes all the way back to the hardtop. Now when you come down here to the helm, you'll see we've got two 12-inch Simrad displays here. The engine functions are integrated into them. The autopilot is integrated into it. You can even operate the JL audio system through the displays. Everything you need to do on this boat, you can access through the display here, including switching. Now you do have your most used switches here, and I like this style of switching. It's much easier to clean around, and it's much more durable in my opinion. So when you take a look at the binnacles, you'll notice that these have the neutral indicator right on the top. That's a new design from Mercury, and I think it's a great safety feature because you don't have to duck around looking to see if your motors are in neutral. You've also got your engine on-off switch right here. Leave the keys on all the time once you get in the boat in the morning. Turn them off when you go home. Four Winds recognizes that boaters come in all different sizes and shapes, and they've made the helm station chair extremely adjustable, and it's electrically adjustable. You can raise it up and down almost 6 inches so that your smallest boater has a great view forward. Drop it down so the larger guy has a comfortable position from which to drive. It also slides fore and aft on an electric button, and we found lots of really cool electrically operated features on this boat, like the hardtop. Now the structure is cast aluminum. The top itself is carbon reinforced fiber. We've got a great look to it, but touch a button, you can lower it down. In bad weather, bring it down to where it comes almost to the windshield and you have more protection from the weather. In addition, it gives you a lower bridge clearance, and in dry storage, it'll save you a lot of money because you can get a smaller berth in the rack. Now, the big surprise to me on this boat is that the joystick is standard equipment. The bow thruster is optional equipment, but we found it really easy to dock without it. On the other hand, if you're going to a nightclub on the water, you've got very tight berths, the joystick is going to give you a lot of extra confidence to bring it in the way you want to. Now our boat is powered with dual Mercury 300 horsepower outboards. As I mentioned, that includes electric steering and electric throttle and shift. We got over 50 miles an hour in this boat. It operates like a sports car. It's so responsive to the steering, and we found the tighter you turn the boat, the more it held in those turns. Now that's some of the dynamic throttle features on the Mercury motors. It senses the load that the turn brings, and it automatically throttles up. We like the position of the trim tab switches right behind the throttle so that if you need to balance the ride a little bit, say you've got a hard crosswind or most of your people are sitting on the port side, it's in easy reach and easy to adjust. Now while I like to talk about performance, Four Winds likes to talk about luxury. And there's plenty of luxury seating on board this boat. I like the way this folds forward, giving you a big conversation pit, and in fact the captain's chair swivels around to face the cockpit. Now if you look at the aft lounge here in the cockpit, you'll notice the seat back folds forward, giving you a large sun pad or reclining seat facing over the motors out into the water. Now there's plenty of storage under the seats, and you've also got this jump seat here on the starboard side, storage under that as well. Now on the starboard side, you've got an entertainment galley complete with a stainless steel sink and a stone surface. I like the isotherm stainless steel refrigerator down below. That'll keep your drinks nice and cold. Now in addition to the refrigerator, there's also a cooler at the bow underneath that center seat. And look under the helm station, open the doors, and slide out a drawer that brings you 2 Igloo coolers. Now on the port side console, you've got a head compartment down below, and I like the James Bondish way that it opens up. Once you're down there, you've got a toilet and a freshwater sink. If you step through to the bow area, you'll see 2 forward-facing lounges and the center seat that faces back. Now on the port side, you can remove the cushion here. What that does is it gives you access to the dock when you're mooring, or it just gives you a little bit different seating position if you want to stow it away. Now there's a lot of easy to overlook details up here, like the pockets on either side and the armrest. You've also got cell phone charging receptacles on either side, and in fact, there's an inductive charger there on the dashboard. That way everybody can charge their phones, nobody has to bother the skipper. I really love the depth of the seating here. It's going to make parents very secure as their children are sitting up here. And in fact, the depth of the cockpit is a great feature on this boat, all the way to the transom. You'll find 2 cocktail mounts here in the H9. The table itself is optional and part of a package, but you can mount the table here on the port side or at the center bulkhead at the bow. If you lift up this lid, you're going to find the battery switches and circuit breakers. Tap the electric button here and this hatch raises up and it shows you an enormous storage compartment that also gives you easy access to all the plumbing in the boat, pumps, and any other hardware that might be serviced down the road. Now, if the interior playpen space isn't enough for you, let's come back here. Lower these terraces to increase the platform space by 86%. This platform here is already bigger than previous models. You have plenty of room to enjoy the water right here. Now, if the added platform space isn't enough for you, the added sun pad back here is expandable with several convertible options. First, on the port side, you've got a pillow that lifts up. It'll either extend the sun pad or lift up even higher and give you a reclining pillar. And in the center here, these 2 cushions lift up to form outward-facing seats. Now, since 1975, Four Winds boats have been built by boaters. In fact, all the people that I know at the factory, almost every one of them leaves the factory on a Friday afternoon and jumps in their boat on Saturday. That's why this boat is so well designed to boat the way you boat. Take the new technology and propulsion with electric steering, electric throttle and shift, the tweaks to the stable V hull that give that performance an extra tweak, and all the luxury on board this 29-foot, 11-inch H9 make it the ideal boat to boat the way you will. Now, they tell me this is version 1. If that's true, I can't wait to see the version you get. I'm Randy Vance on Lake Charlevoix in Four Winds H9.